So, turns out that this emulator has a bit of an issue. That being, it doesn't keep playing audio when it's not selected. I think there's an option for that. I don't know where it is, so you're just going to have to deal with that for this stream. I'll see if I can fix that some way, somehow. Let me see. There we go. And then get back to this here. Not a Nuzlocke format for once in my fucking life. This will be interesting. The rules are in the description, I think, of the stream. Also, they are in the document in the Discord for anybody that is in the Discord. Also, the speed button. We're playing a GPA game again. The speed button actually speeds up things significantly, rather than only like decreasing the frame rate, which is. But in some cases, I don't know that is worse than a Nuzlocke. Also, the rival is named Bob. That is 100% correct. So I forgot about that. I changed my own name. I'm very sorry if this is loud. I changed my own name to Vlogger just because I always do. But which starter will I pick? Because we have the choice between pressing wrong buttons. Magbay, which I don't think I want, maybe. Smoochum, which I might actually want because first gym. We're going to have to yeet this starter after the first gym anyway. So I'm gonna go with Smoochum because that just seems like the best Pokemon to go at it with. I guess you could technically, maybe, depending on how you interpret the rules, box your starter for like the second or the third gym. But we're gonna have to name things, aren't we? I think that game audio might be a little loud. One moment. It's gone now. And it's back, but a little bit less loud. What are we gonna call Smoochum? Yeah, I won't box my starter. That's why I picked Smoochum, because the first gym, obviously, neither of the other starters are really gonna do that well against it, I don't think. Mag Ryan, why? What? I feel like I'm missing a reference here, but I can call it Mag because Mag is a female name, like Megan. The bindings on my emulator are reversed between this and the DS emulator. Wow, talking is difficult. I'm gonna call it Megan because Mag is just a little bit. I don't know. Calling it Mag kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. A person. I don't know. I feel like Megan is one of those names that you can't really shorten that well. I mean, obviously you can because Mag, but I don't know. It kind of just sounds like not a name anymore at that point. Otherwise, Mokuba. Fair enough, because Mokuba definitely is female. Okay, real talk here. Real Yu-Gi-Oh talk. We're going to just smash through this. I can't be the only one that, even though they really make it obvious to you that Mokuba is Kaiba's little brother, I still thought Mokuba was like a girl. I know, that is really kind of sad. You called Rattata. That is fantastic. Oh man, I love the fact that I am not stuck with just the first encounter on each route. It's been so long since I played a Pokemon game where I was able to actually catch what I want. I think the last time I played a Pokemon game in that way must have been my initial Ultra Sun playthrough, or Ultra Moon, either or. I think Ultra Sun. I forgot about this being a thing in in Gen 3. This is not something I'm proud of, but as a kid, I accidentally pressed the L or R button, or whichever one triggers that menu, and I legitimately couldn't get out of it. So The way I fixed that was just to turn off the game. And lose like an hour of progress. It's really fucking sad. It's nice to have that menu, but it's kind of annoying when you accidentally press it. The thing is, it's really like unintuitive to get out of. I mean, yeah, there is the exit menu button, but it also, I don't know. We live in a world, and even in like 2003, maybe? I want to say 4, 5, somewhere along those lines. Hello, we have Centris. I don't know when Fire Red and Leaf Green were released. Even then, we lived in a world where B means cancel. And if you're in a menu that is closable, pressing B means closing the menu like 99 out of 100 times. So, if you give me a menu and B doesn't close it, I'm going to be upset. Because that's how menu's supposed to work. The fact that games in like 1980 didn't do that. I know that like 1980 is like literally when like the first games were made. But even like games in 1990, right? The 90s. Like up to early 2000s, it's kind of acceptable. I think we have Pokeballs now. Do I want a Pidgey? I definitely don't want a Pidgey for the first gym. So let's get the fuck out of here. I did read like the log, which was in the document, which told you where to get literally every single Pokemon in the game, and I'm very curious where all of these legendaries are, because there are locations I have never heard of. So are they new locations in this game? Because I know that Mew, for instance, is stated to be in like the Ancient Labyrinth. In the original Fire Red Leaf Green, there was that faraway island, I believe. So, what is the Ancient Labyrinth? Fucking wrong buttons. Do I actually have Pokeballs? That's my main question at this moment. 5. Let's see if we can, like, get a Nidoran. Do we want a Nidoran? We need 6 Pokemon either way, so might as well. Oh, a Mankey! Yeah, please do give me the Mankey. That is going to be so useful. Hello, Talonoof. I'm gonna die here. Luckily, there ain't a Nuzlocke, so I can just keep retrying over and over and over again until I run out of either money or... Actually, I don't have a lot of Pokeballs, so let's go buy Pokeballs before I do anything else. Okay, one moment. Before we move on. Joypad. Configure 1 A button. This one, B button, that one. It's gonna drive me insane. Okay, so I think I know what the issue is. Part of the issue is that I have my cursor on screen. Part of the issue, did I literally just buy 1 potion? I think I literally bought 1 potion. Part of the issue with my control scheme, 1 Pokeball. Wait a second, Pokeballs are only 200 in this game? Aren't they usually 300? Or am I just going insane? Maybe a little of both. It is 130 degrees in here. I'm not even like talking Fahrenheit, I'm literally talking Celsius. My blood is boiling in my body as I talk to you guys. Hoodoo, I couldn't care less. Rosada. I don't know if I want that. That's what I want. I want the Mankey on my team to beat Brock into the ground. That being said, these Mankeys are being real annoying right about now. So maybe you know what we do? You know what we do? We go through this tutorial, which... Even in Fire Red and Mega, you can't fucking skip. Luckily, it's a short tutorial. We go... Isn't there supposed to be a potion in here? Only after you cut the tree. Or is it at the other side? I don't remember. Anything interesting to find here? Shroomish! Well, yeah, I wanted to get Nidoran at around, I think it's 23. I'm gonna die again. Let's just give it a shot. Maybe Shroomish will stay. That would be nice. It did! Okay. But then I figured, actually, do I want a Nidoran? For the first gym? No. I don't think I do. I definitely don't want it for the second gym. And by the third gym, I can't get back here, admittedly. Still my cursor on screen, I'm very sorry. What are we gonna call Shroomish? It's never gonna evolve. Okay. Bear with me here. I'm gonna call it Boz. Because Boz is a space ranger. And shrooms make you like all spacey and stuff. Amsterdam. Okay. Kind of the same general idea behind the names. Though Amsterdam just doesn't seem like... The one time I don't want to run into a monkey. Because I want to grind. I could have gone into the Shroomish afterwards. Probably should have. You know what the saddest part about this is? Is that Shroomish actually learns, like, stun power and shit. And I'm gonna lose that. Do you have a bear with you? You shouldn't. Might be an unpopular opinion, but you shouldn't be watching this stream with a bear. Because the entertainment value here is so damn high, you might let your guard down and the bear might eat you. Wait a second, you're a monkey! Fuck you and your entire family. What are we gonna call you? Something assaulting. Apparently it wasn't even the thing that killed most of my Pokemon, but anyway. It's a thumbnail, so that's all that matters. I don't know what I'm gonna call you. Hoped Mankey. You know what? I'm gonna call it Hopeless. Just because... You know what? HP. There we go. HP the Mankey. Does it make any sense? No. Well, it fits with me not being able to type anything because... Just look at my goddamn username. Do we have anything else I want in here? So far it seems like Shroomish all around. Pidgey. Hoppip. I'm gonna give it one more encounter. Hoodoo. Let's go into the forest. I don't know, do I want a tip? That could be interpreted in multiple different ways. Yeah, let's not go for the Sears kit. I might come back here to get a Weedle. Nah, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Because Weedle won't be that useful against the second gym either. Bellsprout, however... The lady in front of the gate for Viridian Forest gives you Trico. I'll go get him. Go get that Trico for the second gym. But for right now, if we have a Trico for the second gym, I can get a Bellsprout for this one, right? Seems fair. I don't want to overuse all the grass types available to me. Oh no, it died. I'm so happy that I can let things die. It's actually very liberating. I don't want to catch all of the grass types that are available right now, because obviously I'm going to want some grass types for Misty as well. But that'll be very good to know for after we beat Brock. For sure. Because we should be able to get up to a Grovyle, at least, when we get that Trico. I'm going to call you... I'm just going to call you Acid, because that's the only thing I can think of right now, because the Pokemon... Well, Pokemon through the years. Well, did we have one Pokemon through the years? Yeah, we did, for like a very short time. And it never really did anything. Yeah, no. I remember now. We did. It was very recent. Anyway. We'll level to 10 and then do the gym. I don't know what levels the gyms are. I don't think I saw them in the document. So I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and see what the levels are like. But I'm probably going to do some grinding up to level 10 seems about right, especially since you have 6 Pokemon. And I'm expecting the first gym not to have 6 Pokemon. I mean, I know there's Fire Red Omega, which means it's like actually dangerous to... Okay, we got enough grass types. I don't need any more grass types. Or do I? I don't. I just don't. There is a lot of grass types in here, which actually, honestly... There should have been more grass types in here in the original game. Putting grass types in... Paris is level 9. I'm sorry, what? That is a very high level for a Randenburg trainer to have. So maybe level 10 is a little on the low side, eh? We now have Powder Snow, we can sweep. We have Stun Spore, we can actually catch things. So yeah, if you actually put the grass types in here, which this ROM does, it kind of diminishes the value of Bulbasaur as a starter, but... As we don't have Bulbasaur as a starter here anyway, this is the same catch list as to the south, right? Gym is pretty high, level 12. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We have to catch 2 more Pokemon before we can even go into the gym. Poochyena! That is actually great, because I don't give a crap. You're just... You're just filler. You're literally just filler. And that's what I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you filler. No, I'm not going to call you filler because that's insulting. I'm going to call you something that sounds like filler. That being Phil. So if anybody watching this is named Phil, just know that you are officially now filler. Do I want a Pidgey? It's not going to be good. But do I want a Pidgey later on? That's the question. Probably I do. Because there's definitely, yeah, I don't want like anything to do with the centered line anyway, so might as well get this to fill up my team. You are annihilating me. And I need to paralyze you anyway, probably. Do I? I don't know that I do. Probably don't, actually. Just throw a ball at your face and... There we go, Sentry! I don't know, should you train Sentret until it's a third? I don't really know if that has any use to it, especially going into the first gym. Unless it like suddenly learns high jump kick or something like that. What do we call Sentret? Give me a name. While I try to stay hydrated, because I can just feel the temperature rising in here and we're only 20 minutes in. This is going to be good. Watcher the Sentret. That is such a fucking bad name. I'm going to love it. Watcher. Talking about watchers. I watched, which is not why I said talking about watchers, but it works. As I said, I've been watching a bit more... Start menu is actually on start, not on X, damn it. Bit more Marvel lately. And I'm kind of out of all the good... Well, pretty much all the Marvel movies are to some extent good, obviously. But I've kind of went through all of the best ones. Like, all of the Avengers, yeah, Age of Ultron, I know. I consider it still to be a pretty decent movie. Obviously for Ragnarok, Civil War, which, yeah, I kind of count it as an Avengers movie. I guess I still need to rewatch Doctor Strange. I haven't rewatched that one yet. And pretty much every Captain America movie is good. Winter Soldier is pretty good as well. Swablu wouldn't have been bad either. I mean, not for this gym, but... And not for the next gym. So maybe at some point we can come back here and get Swablu. But, so there's a couple movies left to rewatch. But going through them Disney Plus, I realized actually there's quite a few movies that I have no desire to rewatch whatsoever. Granted, the Spider-Man movies aren't on Disney Plus, they're on Netflix as of right now. So, and both of those are amazing. I haven't rewatched Homecoming either, so I probably should rewatch that one as well still. Your first team is in Discord. I would look, but that cuts out the game audio for no apparent reason. So I'm gonna leave looking at that until post-stream probably. You said the first gym goes all the way up to level 12, right? I think we should be fine at level 10. And it's not like if my Pokemon die, I have to box them. As a matter of fact, I only have to box them if they don't die. That's not true. If they die and then I win with a different Pokemon, I still have to box them. But you get the point. I'm kind of curious at your team, actually. I'm just gonna have a little bit of a peek. Yes, Abusive speed button. Yeah, everybody does. You called your Magby Jaden? Huh. That is a interesting name. Wait a second, the game audio isn't in sync? Hold on a moment, I'll try to look into why that might be. Or do you mean only when it's sped up? The sped up music, definitely, probably should, for the grinding purposes... I didn't mean to run away, damn it. For grinding purposes, I probably should just, like, play music, you're right. But, is the game audio just, like, generally out of sync? Because it shouldn't be. Let's see. Can I check that anyway? I can. It shouldn't be. Hold on a moment. That annoys me, the fact that it is. That is the proper amount delayed. Then we have this. Oh, that makes... Yeah, no, hold on a moment. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I made a new capture source. Copy. Image, paste. No, not that one. I mean, that also works. There we go. Now it should be in sync. No, it doesn't get back in. No, it was out of sync. You are entirely right. It was out of sync. You just don't notice the fact that it's out of sync when I don't do anything. Because when I don't use the speed button, you can't really notice it that much. But I will put on some music because I think I have a music folder somewhere on my computer still. PC. There we go. Music. I got a lot of music here. Let's see, what do we have? Hat in Time. I'm just gonna throw in like a lot of different things into VLC and then just randomize the shit out of it. Like the entire Hat in Time soundtrack. How loud is that? It's a little on the loud side. Then what else are we gonna throw in here? Let's throw in... Crash Bandicoot is always a good one. Let's do 1, 2 and 3, just the entire trilogy, because it's got some real bangers in there. I'm not going to throw in a Wrath of Cortex, that seems a little bit overdone. I don't know, let's throw in Final Fantasy X as well. It's a lot of music, so it's probably going to be very prevalent, but that'll be fine. I'll keep it to one Final Fantasy game for today, including Kingdom Hearts. I think I've got like a 14-hour playlist. I think we'll be fine. That's the wonderful thing. That's the wonderful thing about just throwing an entire soundtrack in there. It's like hours of content. Not all of it is particularly great, but it is hours of content, which is great. And it's better sound than whatever the game sounds like when it's sped up like 5 times. Still have not beaten Brock. It's almost like I'm using my team only of normal types. You know, maybe that doesn't really work that well against Brock. I'm not gonna lie to you. It might be your issue. Swapped out Zigzagoon for Sunkern. I guess that is not a bad move. Still, Sunkern is real bad. It has a type advantage, but it also has a I really fucking suck as a Pokemon in general disadvantage. So I don't know if you really help yourself a lot with that. That being said, it probably has, especially since Brock. Does Brock still have like just Geodude and Onyx? Because even just a weak Absorb will be very powerful against that. There's a Sunstone and Pewter. Okay, so it is I'm a little bit less of a weak piece of shit. But still kind of a weak piece of shit because Sunflora is just really disappointing. Just disappoints everybody. I don't know why I wasn't using Absorb. Because I'm clearly low on HP. Yeah, good point. Don't spoil that. The fact that you said you're not going to spoil it probably means that he has different Pokemon. What is this song? Skull Road 2, Road to Ruin. Okay, there we go. I didn't recognize that. I should really get the insane versions of the soundtrack as well. I don't need you to get extra levels, Smoochum. Oh, it's because Megan is the only one that's alive, or the second one that's alive and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. See, this is the kind of shit I usually do off-screen or in Pokehacks, but usually do off-screen. That being said, for Pokemon through the years, I haven't done any manual grinding since, like, the 6th gym of Sinnoh. Because I just haven't had the time to. Fuck you. I guess I can go into boss now. So yeah, all of that has always been done with Pokehacks. I mean, usually when I do manual grinding, when being the operative word there, I just like put on YouTube videos. Like, usually when I'm doing grinding, I'm on the other side of like this arrangement here. I am the one listening to the streamer / YouTuber / whatever while I do manual grinding, and now I have to be the entertainment for other people to do the grinding too. So this is a real weird situation for me right now. But hey, maybe being like halfway dead because of heat stroke is going to make my commentary more interesting. That could be interesting. Next Saturday, if the weather forecast holds up, is going to be even hotter than today. So, did I say Wednesday? I think I said Wednesday. I meant Saturday. So that should be interesting as well. So let's give me a controversial topic so that I can offend some people. There is more interaction. I keep running away from wild battles when the Pokemon are almost dead. That's not a good way to get experience. Where do you get the XP share in this game, actually? It's from one of Professor... Oh no, it's all the way in Fuchsia! Damn it, that's so far away. At least in the original game. Maybe it's earlier in this hack, but I kind of doubt it. Controversial topic, going on holiday during this period. Okay, the pants, right? There's going on holiday, and then there's like going to Disneyland. Going to Disneyland, I understand at least, like, I don't know about Paris, but I know Disneyland, like in where is it? California in the US has limited opened up again. Still not a huge fan of the idea of like putting thousands of people in such a small place together, honestly. That I just think is honestly kind of stupid. I understand from a business perspective that Disney's like, we gotta open up as soon as we can, even if it's like not a smart move for like the pandemic. Like, we're gonna go bankrupt if we don't do this. In that respect, I don't really blame Disney for that. But it's not just Disney, it's just Disney is the best like example and analog for theme parks and such, right? If you just like go to like some campsite and you like hang out with friends or family, there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. Just like rent a bungalow or something like that, totally fine. Just don't go to a fucking amusement park is pretty much what I'm saying. Or any place where you're going to be pretty much forced to be in very close proximity to a lot of different people in a very short amount of time. Which is mostly like theme parks and things like that. Other than that, I think going on holiday is probably not a bad idea. I mean, pay a little bit of attention to what country you're going to, obviously. But mostly countries you shouldn't be going to, you probably can't go to anyway. And don't go to the US, but that's just like general advice as well. There's nothing to do with the pandemic, just don't go to the US. It's officially like, if there's one thing this pandemic and like Donald Trump in general has done kind of like, well, I don't want to say well for the world, but kind of well for the world, is that for like years, even decades, I dare say, we've kind of been looking up to America while America was being very stupid and like being very not worthy to be looked up to. And now we finally, as the world in general, like we unanimously agree, America's just stupid. And we were like kind of like behind the back laughing about it. But now we've just gotten to the point where we're like, yeah, no, you guys need to fix your shit. You guys are closer to like a third world country than like developed countries at this point. So you guys go fix your shit. And yeah, I think, see, I always get to a controversial take. Again, I don't think saying that the entire world, except America itself, maybe, thinks saying that America is stupid is controversial at this point. I think that's the entire point. We all like publicly agree about that now. And that is a wonderful thing. For us, not for them. Yeah, so grinding this one is going to be a little bit more tricky because I can't really do it against Shroomish. Or Hoodoo for that matter. Should have thought about that. Zigzagoon will work. I just need to get a normal type move. Growth is not going to help me. Or more Zigzagoons, that also... Rebuilding from scratch now, trying to search for a Nidoran. You're searching for a Nidoran for Gym 2? That doesn't seem like a great idea. Or have you just consistently failed at Gym 1? Because even then, doesn't seem like the best matchup for Gym 1 to have a Nidoran. I'd say Nidoran like becomes relevant in like Gym 3, 4 maybe? Well, depending on the order you do them in, because this is Kanto and you can pretty much do them in whatever the fuck you want order. What is this music? This is Final Fantasy X Face Off. I don't like it. This is Crash Bandicoot. By default, I like it. Acid, please give me a halfway decent... No, not that encounter. A halfway decent move. Because I can't hit shit. Yeah, I know it's amazing to have like... Well, I don't really have arbitrary challenge requirements on most of my runs. So I don't have that. But it's amazing to just like have Pokemon die and then go to the Pokemon Center and suddenly they're alive again. It's amazing. Is it necessarily going to be an easier run? No, not necessarily going to be easier, but it's definitely nice that things won't, like, permadeath. I like permadeath. I mean, that's all I've done. Ever. Like, I don't think I've ever replayed. I could have killed that Sentry, damn it. I don't think I've ever replayed a Pokemon game and not done it in a Nuzlocke style. I literally think that the only times I've ever played, since I started doing Nuzlocke, obviously I've replayed like Gen 3 and 4 a lot before I started doing Nuzlocke, before I even knew what they were. But not counting that, I think the only times I don't do Nuzlocke variations on runs are my first playthroughs. You know what, I'm going to open this door here because I need to let in a little bit of fresh air. It's getting kind of like hot and sweaty and just like smelly in here as well, and that's just not very comfortable. You guys are so lucky that my microphone doesn't like transfer smells to you guys as well, because I'm sweaty. I've been sweaty all day. I don't take heat very well. That being said, I used to live on like a room in the attic on this side where like for most of the day I had the sun on my part of the roof for 2 summers. So not living there anymore, I'm pretty much like immune to heat to a certain extent. It's still uncomfortable, but it's like the torture I went through in that house, and you obviously would be a steel type. That makes perfect sense. I mean, there is really, in a sense of temperature difference, there's not a lot of difference between a room in the attic during the summer and the surface of the sun. I would even dare say that, you know, I think last year, was it last year or 2 years ago at this point? I think 2 years ago, that like really bad heat wave where we had like 40 C for a couple of days in a row. That was not the surface of the sun. That was core temperatures. You have 6 Pokemon. Okay. Last year. Okay, so that was last year. That was not fun. That was like, my room got up to like 40 degrees pretty much. And I had only one window, so I couldn't like put 2 windows and like create a bit of a draft. It was actual torture. So far this gym doesn't seem that bad. You have a 4 bikes because that makes perfect sense. Let's go into HP for that. I was going to say Harry Potter. Wait a second, are you a Psychic type now? You might be, you're not. You're very confusing though. At least it did a bit of damage. You are an Ice type, so that's not a very good matchup. Maybe Phil can do a little bit of damage. He can't. Maybe Watcher can do a little bit of damage. He did. Put him in Super Potion range, that's what he did. That's great. Fuck. It went kind of well until he started using like non-ground type Pokemon. That was kind of like the... Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a really annoying piece of crap. And then you miss Wrap. I should have used Wrap like at the start. I am aware. Okay, at least he's leeched. So now I Stun Spore. I can still do it. No, I can't. You know what that means? More grinding. Remind me not to forget to put on the game audio. I don't even know if I'm going to put on the game audio at this point anymore, honestly, because most of this series will probably be speed button sound anyway, so going back and forth, and the fact that the game audio cuts out when I don't have the emulator selected as well, maybe I'm just going to do the entire series with like just a playlist in the background. That probably doesn't sound like a bad idea, right? I mean, other than copyright reasons, but honestly, all the music that I would be playing in the game itself would also be subject to copyright, so that's not really an argument, is it? It's 4T, not 4D. I could make it 4T if you prefer. If I literally throw in all of the music, all of the game soundtracks I have. Let's put it this way. If I've done a retrospect of it on the channel, which are a fair few games, I have the entire soundtrack on my PC. Some games have really limited soundtracks, turns out. Some games, really big and good soundtracks. Other controversial topic, Paper Mario Direction. If you know the background behind it, otherwise Halo's Infinite graphics. I don't really care about either, but I love this song. This is... Look, if Square wouldn't like yeet my channel into oblivion, if I made a video just purely on music, like just have uninterrupted pieces of music in the video, like to make a point and to let you guys listen to it, I'd so make a top 10 Final Fantasy X songs, because Final Fantasy X has some top tier music and such range as well. I mean, the boss fight against Barbossa, did I say Barbossa? That is not Final Fantasy X. I don't know where I got Barbossa from. I meant jacked. They both have a beard, I guess. It comes out of fucking left field. It's like very not expected, but it's still a really like good song that really like fits well with the fight. And then you've got songs like these, which is like just peaceful, calm, quiet, and just like, you know, kind of let you hang out. And then you've got all the versions of the Hymn of the Faith. You've got To Xanakant, which is probably my favourite song in the entire game. I can actually play that one on the piano as well. I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean and Final Fantasy X are linked through Kingdom Hearts in a very, very far of a way, because Kingdom Hearts has Final Fantasy X characters in it, that being Tidus and Wakka. It also has Barbossa in it, but not in the same game. As a matter of fact, the only game that has Final Fantasy X characters in it also is the only non-numbered game, the only numbered game that doesn't have pirates in it. So, do with that information as you wish.
You acquired all of the gems.
This is just a cutscene! Fuck off! That's not music, that's a cutscene. That's also a cutscene. This is your story. It very much is. Honestly, now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should just say fuck it to the ad revenue. I know that also means that it doesn't get recommended as much in the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. But as long as it doesn't get muted, maybe you should just say fuck it and make that video. Because while I'm in no way qualified to talk about music, I do feel like it's probably a video that would do fairly well long term. And it's one of the like few games that I'm absolutely like in love with the music for. It's this and Kingdom Hearts. I just might. The great part about making a video based on 10 pieces of music is that I don't have to like spend hours upon hours upon hours gathering footage. I just have to write a script, and I can write a script while listening to the songs themselves. So writing scripts shouldn't actually be that difficult, all things considered. Like, just like take a couple of hours. I don't have to bother about what kind of music I'm putting in the video, because I'm putting the music I'm talking about at that specific point. Very sorry, burping. So the editing process is not that difficult, and I can just like throw in some random Final Fantasy X footage. I think I have I might not have an entire folder with Final Fantasy X footage anymore. Didn't I do a Final Fantasy X Let's Play at some point? I don't think I finished that. Never mind. I think I've attempted like 4 of them and finished none of them. Because it's a long ass game. It's also just not very fit for my style of Let's Playing, I'd say. If I were doing more like informational and like tutorial based Let's Plays, which, looking at my statistics, definitely I maybe should be doing more of, because those are the ones that actually end up being found in the algorithm. Final Fantasy X is a very interesting one, but it also would take a lot. This is a hidden type? No, it's Chocobo Jam. Okay. Final Fantasy IX, do it. I've never completed Final Fantasy IX. The thing I remember most from my childhood about Final Fantasy IX is a goddamn card game. Honestly, if I were to Let's Play any Final Fantasy game at this point on the channel, most likely it would be Final Fantasy VII Remake. And even that one is kind of a 50-50. That being said, if the Vanitas mod videos do as well, or nearly as well anyway, as the randomizer videos do, there might be like a little bit of a shift to more Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy related content, just to see how that goes. Because I've been wanting to do like more Kingdom Hearts and related stuff for so long, but it's always been so badly performing on the channel, like only getting like 2 or 3 views a video when I did a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play. And now suddenly those videos are the things that are getting like 4 to 5 times the amount of views of anything else I upload. Which is insane to me. So I'm wondering if that's just a randomizer getting my search results, or to a certain extent it is, I know. But to a certain extent, a lot of them, like at least the more recent episodes, are mostly subscribed people watching it. So I'm expecting the Vanitas mod to also do decently in views. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first Vanitas mod video, and man, I love that mod. It is really satisfying to play. You'll see tomorrow what my initial thoughts on the first world are. I mean, to a certain extent, randomizing the game does that, especially for like the first couple of episodes. The first episode is at like 1,000 views now, I think, finally. And most of those views are from search results and randomizer, because it has randomizers in the name, in the tag, in the description. So it gets found when people search for fuck. It doesn't get found when people search for fuck. Maybe it does, I don't know. But more recent episodes is a majority subscribed viewers, as my analytics tell me. So maybe that translates to another Kingdom Hearts series. That is the exact reason that I'm doing another Kingdom Hearts series right after it as well. Because I don't want to lose that momentum. So we'll see if Vanitas does. I'm not expecting it to do exactly as well, but if randomizer gets me like 40 to 50 views a video, I'm hoping that the Vanitas series will get me 30 to 40 a video. I also think, honestly, that it being weekly rather than 3 times a week means that people are able to like keep up with the series a lot more, because you don't get that situation where people like miss 3 episodes and they're like, oh, but now I'm so far behind, and then they just stop watching. Because they have an entire week to watch that series. And it's only 1 video in that week. So I think that might also help. That being said, I don't exactly know how to apply that logic to, god damn it, to my other series, because I'm not going to go just like... I want to have daily uploads. So... And I don't want to have 7 different Let's Plays going at the same time, because that would be 1, very confusing, 2, very bothersome to record, and 3, I think it's generally also not very fun to be subscribed to. So maybe it's just a thing where the series that I want to have most highlighted I should do weekly, and the rest of them I should do 3 a week. I'm not entirely sure. It's what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future at any rate, because we've just... Well, I've recorded 2 episodes, but none of them have gone up yet. The Vanitas mob, and that's going to go for a while because I'm doing One World an episode again. So it's going to be another 20 or so episodes, so that's going to be, well, about half a year. A little less. Probably a little more actually, because the Vanitas mod also has like post-game stuff I can and will do. So maybe it will be a little bit more. And Harry Potter is about to come to an end next week. Still not 100% sure on if I'm going to go into Harry Potter 2 or if I'm going to do Rayman 3. I'm leaning kind of heavily towards Rayman 3 at the moment. Seven different Let's Plays is possible, but then everything needs to be pre-recorded and they need to be extra uploads besides your regular scheduled uploads. Yeah, no, that's like, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of having 7 different Let's Plays that way. It's the thing. I have been thinking that if and when I would have the time, which probably wouldn't happen, would I want to go daily with both Let's Plays? Like have Pokemon through the years and then the secondary series each day for both? And I think the answer to that is no. I don't think I do. I think that's going to cannibalize views a lot. Not that I have that kind of time anyway, so... the views on Harry Potter are not as bad as they were in the beginning, and then I have that one episode that had like 90 views, but only like a viewer retention of 3 seconds. Still confused as to how that happened. Most of those people came through Google search, so I can't even find out what their search terms were. Really annoying. And other than that, they have been catching up a little bit to Pokemon through the years in views. It started with like 6 views a video. It's up to about 10-ish, so it's still a little bit less than Pokemon through the years a video. But, I don't know. That's why I want to give Chamber of Secrets a try. You will never have the time unless you have to... I mean, recording an hour of content a day, if it's 2 30-minute videos roughly, isn't that much. Like, I could probably do that now if I wanted to. Thing is, I really just like wouldn't have any free time left at that point to just like hang out and watch other YouTube peoples and stuff. So I'm making the choice not to do that because I think also I need rest. And if I don't get enough rest, the content will be very much suffering from it. So in my current situation, yeah, I could. But I think things would suffer significantly because of it. But yeah, and I just like producing like 15 hours of content a week. That's no issue. I've done more. I've done way more in the past. I think at the height of like what I did, I had like at least 20 hours of content produced per week while also going to school. So... yeah, definitely possible. But the difference is, now I kind of have a life, so I don't want to do that. I hate this fucking Vulpix, by the way. This Vulpix can go die in hell. Thing is, hell won't do anything to it because it's already a fucking fire type. I'm gonna be stuck here for an hour, aren't I? We're at least an hour in, so if I'm stuck here for another hour, we'll have done the first gym in the first stream, which is about the pace I've been doing the reverse lock at as well, so that makes perfect sense. I mean, if you're gonna kill me, just kill me. There's one very, very easy way. I mean, also potions, I am aware. There's one very, very easy way to fix the Vulpix problem, and that is with a more powerful sentry. Just for sake of comparison, currently I recorded at least 6 hours a week. All for a specific project. All the additional recording is sporadic. I mean, if I just like count what I mean, I've done this in a recent, through the years. Well, I don't think it's recent at this point anymore. Through the years episode, but I'm gonna just do it again live. I have 3, let's say half an hour. Sometimes a little bit less, but let's be generous here and say half an hour. 3 half-an-hour videos a week, plus 3 20-minute videos a week. So that's 2.5 hours of recording time. And then another half an hour. So that's 3 hours of recording content I do a week. Because none of that has to be edited anymore like it did with the randomizer. I'm not editing the Vanitas mod in the same way I did the randomizer. Because there's just like a lot more stuff. I want to just get constant reactions, so I don't edit it down as much. With the randomizer, like, recording an episode took about an hour and 20 minutes sometimes for 30 minutes. But that's not the case anymore, so I'm recording for like 3 hours a week. And then, like, editing for maybe 20 minutes a week. Because all I have to do is sync up stuff. Maybe sometimes, like, put an overlay on and change an overlay for Pokemon. Pick out some highlights to put on social media. Okay, let's say 30 minutes. So that's 3.5 hours a week I'm working on the channel. For just normal, like, regular content. For spotlights, I put a little bit more work in. Every single spotlight I do is probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours of work. Because I have to search for the game, see if it's a fun game. Then when I get the key, if I get the key, I have to try out the game, see if it's actually fun. And if it's something that I can do, then record it, which is usually 20 to 30 minutes. The editing itself doesn't take that much longer. Then I have to manually put together a tweet that also like adds the developers and like adds a hashtag and stuff like that, which takes some time. So altogether, the spotlights take a single, 2 spotlight videos a week is as much work as daily videos a week for the entire week. Just to put it into perspective, how much more work they actually are to make. And they usually do quite horribly in views as well. But I do think that those are like, just keep doing it, and at some point one is gonna stick. One is going to do its thing, and I'm going to have to, like, just be lucky. But when that video goes up, and then another big channel covers the same game, and people go looking for it, they find my video. That is kind of like my my strategy there. I'm convinced that at some point, I don't know if it's going to be a month, a year, fucking 10 years down the line, it will work. But I only do those when I have the time to do them, because they do take significantly more effort to actually create. Yeah, that's why I still have the nickname Factory, as I have times I can get rid of a giant backlog. Still have videos uploaded for a good 2 years. Yes, you see, that's a little much. That's also the wrong Pokemon to lead with. That is a little much. I mean, I've had like periods of time, not since coming back to YouTube, but like in a previous life, I've had times where I had like 2 months worth of videos lined up, and where I could just like slack off for a month, or like I know that, especially when I had summer vacation and I had nothing else to do, I could like record a week's worth of video in a day, do that a couple of times a week, right? When summer vacation was over, I had videos until like Christmas. And then when school started back up, I didn't have to put as much time into YouTube, because obviously I'm gonna die again. Because obviously I had a ridiculous amount of videos already stacked up. I wish I had that kind of time now. I really do. I killed the Vulpix. Next up is Omanite. I don't have a Grasshopper anymore, but at least I killed the fucking Vulpix. I don't know what Powder Snow is going to do. I'm just going to die. I should have stayed in and used Low Kick, but that doesn't do a lot either. Okay, at least I know I can kill the Vulpix. So to start. Well, yeah, if you're like, oh yeah, let's collab, and then say the video is going to go up in 2025, people aren't going to be very excited to collab with you. That is a very, very fair point. I probably should be reaching out and trying to do more collaborations with like other people as well. I just don't know with who and what I would do. Like, at this point, I am so not up for doing an entire series with another YouTuber. Doing, like, a quick one-off, or even a quick mini-series, like a 5-episode series that goes up, like, once a week. Something like that. I'd be totally up for. One-off videos. Be totally up for that. But I'd have to come up with a format for that. Maybe, I mean, I can probably come up with a format, but then, like, who would I have on? What have you missed, Spoofy Popstar? You have missed me talking about the coronavirus, me talking about Donald Trump, and America in general. You've missed nothing gameplay-wise. We're still trying to beat Brock. If you want to know the rules for the challenge, they're down below in the description. They're also in the document that can be found in the Discord server and community runs tab. I mean, I was thinking, and I may or may not have, like, kind of like, let's call it inspired by other people, because it sounds better than stealing the idea. I've been thinking about, like, maybe I can do, like, some kind of, like, trivia game show format and have, like, other YouTubers on that. But the thing is, if you have a game show without prizes, it's kind of like a bit of a moot point, isn't it? And I mean, I can probably like do a game show type of thing, right? I could make graphics for it. I could definitely do like the editing. I mean, those kind of things are my actual job, so I can do those. And as like a side thing, what I do here is like just talking a lot. So I'm pretty confident I could also do the presenting part of doing the game show. The only thing is I'd need to like work on a format as to like how to put together a game show like that. And then, okay, I think this is a perfect moment to go back into the gym now that we have a furret. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and guests. Like deciding who is going to be on, and then like reaching out to those people and pitching them the idea and that kind of stuff. I wouldn't even know who to invite over. Especially for like a first episode, right? Because you gotta have something to pitch to other people. That's been a thing that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks. Like, could I do something like that? And if so, like, what would the format be? What would the trivia be? Would it be like strictly Pokemon related? Would it just be gaming I didn't want to stay in against you? Damn it! All that kind of stuff. Because I have a good pilot, so Hardy. I don't want to bother people. It's the thing. And not just specifically about Hardy, but that is my issue with... Like, if it's I won. Thank you. I won. Fucking hell. Like, if it's actually, like, proper business related, I don't mind bothering people because they have, like, something to gain from it as well. But if it's not for, like... If I can't offer them anything in return, if I can't give them any value, I really don't like bothering people. Because I don't like to be bothered, is the thing. I mean, saying he wants to go through other people makes me sound like I'm a leech, which to a certain extent, yeah, that is part of the plan. Time for rebuilding. I'm working on that. I'm getting the Pidgey. Now I have something. I'm gonna call you Yakdig because damn Yakdig was amazing in the last series. Also, Yakdig is actually just a fun name to say. You're gonna be gone after the next gym though, I'm very much aware. Okay, we have our first new Pokemon, meaning that we can technically move on to Mount Moon very slowly. But I'm gonna go back for the Trico first, actually. Shouldn't forget about that. And then make everybody up to like level... Let's say level 12 when we catch things, okay? I think that's fair. Let's go level 10. I have to go through the entirety of Viridian Forest. At least it's going to be easy to grind with Yakdig here. Venonat! I might want to actually just capture this one. You disabled my tackle. That is actually a bit of a bitch move. I'm gonna... Okay, the whole Venonat was supposed to be Butterfree's pre-evolution theory, even though I think at this point very... Okay, you're Bew. I want to call you Butterlocked. Something like that. But Bew also works fantastically. It's Bew. You have a nice team. Let's see what your team is like. I see that you're cheating. That's what I'm hearing. After Brock and before Misty. You have Grover. You have all the Hoenn starters. That seems not great. Ah, you called Shroomish Trudge. I like that one. Crow Hogan. And for a second I thought your Nidoqueen was a... I don't know what I thought it was. I thought it was something different and it escapes me now. Talking about things escaping, let's get out of this forest. So yeah, that is a thing that I've been thinking about, like a game show idea. So if anybody's got any like ideas or input on that, which I can like creatively build on, I'm not just going to take ideas, but I like getting like input, especially community input, to build on. And we might, not anytime soon, but we might like move towards doing that at some point. Hello, Silly Gudra. What are we going to call this Trico? I'm going to call you Rex. Why? Because he doesn't look like a T-Rex at all? Just kind of because I feel like it, honestly. Game Jeopardy based on recent game news. Oh my god, that sounds like a horrible amount of work. That's the thing though, right? Like, setting up a game show sounds like a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work, and I don't know if you know this, but I'm really good at not doing a lot of work. And I'm really bad at the opposite, that being doing a lot of work. Gax to Trico. I've done that before, says the guy who named his Pidgey Yak Dick after the last series he did. But I think like 90% of my Tricos and Kecleon, both, are named Gax. Make it a monthly thing. Well, it definitely wouldn't be a weekly thing if it were a game show, probably, because it would take a lot more like production, which is a fancy way to say I have to like do more editing. And well, there's also the reaching out part, and I couldn't even guarantee that I would have a guest every week. And even if we did it monthly, I couldn't guarantee that I'd have a guest every month. I don't know why I'm manually leveling up against these trainers, because I have rare candies. The run is going fairly decent actually so far. I've beaten Brock in about the first hour, so honestly, better than I expected. Let's level up everything I have. Hold on a moment. They're in the PC. Never mind. We're going to level up everything we have as soon as we get back. Ooh, Butterfree. No, I don't think I want that for the second gym. That being said, I might want an Oddish, because we are still desperate for things that can kill water. Have you started the community run already, Gudra? I'm just gonna call you 420, because you're probably never gonna be a Gloom, but he's high on something. That's all I'm saying. And then I had to close my door because people are coming home. Fantastic. So there's going to be more sweating in the second half of the stream. I'm not talking about like gamer slang. I'm talking about literally physically more sweat. Again, be very glad that streaming is only an audio-visual and not like a smell-based medium as well. This is a hard in time. Yeah, it is. Move items, not move items. Vloggers PC, item storage, withdraw items. So many rare candies. You know what? Actually. This song reminds me that I am missing one very important soundtrack here. Don't I have it in here? Oh my god, I don't have... Never mind. It looks like I might not have that soundtrack in here. I really should re-download that. I wanted to add the Undertale soundtrack as well, because that also has some banger fucking music. I'll go for 50 rare candies, just so that I have enough on me. Honestly, actually, let's just go for 99. You still haven't beaten Mister. I'm going to have to capture mouse cursor off, actually, because I'm leaving it on screen way too much. One moment. Capture mouse cursor off. There we go. Now I can leave it on screen and not annoy you guys with it. We were going to put everybody up to level 10, right? Man, I love it when they changed it so that when you're using a item on Pokemon, you don't go back into the menu every single time. I think that was a Gen 5 thing. Misty has a lot of coverage. That sounds real bad for me. Let's lead with Rex, which actually Rex sounds a lot like Gax, so you kind of still win. I finally have running shoes, which means that I don't have to use speed button anymore. You know that I'm lying. Of course I'm still going to be using the speed button. I'm not actually insane. Okay, that was a little bit stupid, not gonna lie. I think Gust might still just do... Yeah, it does. You have a Tailo! Why, hello! I have 2 dead Pokemon. That's what I have. And a lot of experience. Okay, so yeah, I'm still using the speed button, but also with the running shoes, because what is faster than running? It's running at supersonic speeds. I'm actually impressed by myself how far we've gone in through the year so far. The fact that we're on Gen 5 is kind of amazing. I don't know if we're going to make it out of Gen 5. I'm thinking we probably will. Not 100% sure, but I'm thinking probably we will be able to get out of Gen 5. Butterfree, we're just staying with Yagdig because Yagdig is a beast. And now has Quick Attack. Let's go back to the Pokemon Center. We're going to go back to the Pokemon Center a lot here. Wait a second, we could... There's wild Pokemon in Pewter City? I need to check this out. Because that seems very useful. Sunstone. Oh, this is where you got the Sunkern. And Nosepass, which... Don't really care about that. We'll finish in 2 weeks with Sword and Shield to have my full attention to beat that game. Yeah, I think even if we make it that far, there's a very slim chance that we'll actually be doing Sword and Shield in 30 years. Partly because by the time we get there, I'll probably be very desperate to just have something else to play. Rather than 30 years. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. Yeah, of course. Fuck you. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do yet after I finish 30 years because it's quite far away and I don't know. I honestly don't know. Obviously it's going to be a Pokemon game, but I don't know what Pokemon game or what challenge. It's definitely going to be like not one-upping through the years because you can't. You can't really. I mean, you could. You could literally play every game in release order. That would be one-upping through the years. You could be making the rule set more difficult. That would be one-upping through the years. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do I'm going to take a step back in insanity after 30 years. What form that'll take, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe an Eevee lock? It's been a while since we've done one of those. Maybe I'll just come up with a fun challenge on my own. Maybe it won't be an existing challenge. Maybe it'll be... I don't know, maybe it'll be a total solo run of a game. That also sounds fun. Or as we were talking about in Team Caterpie Discord today, it would also be fun if literally every Pokemon in the entire game and every trainer in the entire game was just replaced with the name Bob and the sprite of a Totodile. As a matter of fact, I just came up with a better idea. It also has a clickbait title to go along with it. Pokemon, but it's just Totodile. Every trainer just has Totodile, and they are Totodile. Everything is just Totodile. Oh, overall sprite. Everything is just Totodile. That sounds like a good series, to be honest. I might look into that. That would be a shit ton of work to do as a ROM hack, though. Replacing all of those sprites. Then again, if you're just like using the same Totodile sprite for literally everything, it probably... I mean, it's still a lot of work, but... It's going to be a while from now. You don't have to give me any IDs. It'll be fine. We'll come up with something. And who knows, maybe that Totodile ID is a fun April Fool's video. Which I keep saying things would be fun April Fool's videos, but then having said it, it won't be as fun anymore because you guys will know that it's coming. So I can't do it anymore. That's kind of the reason that I'm saying that, because I don't actually want to put in that kind of effort for an April Fool's video. April Fool's, not April's Fool. Also works, either way. Hopefully we'll be able to get through Mount Moon without too much trouble. Oh, we can actually catch Pokemon in here, which, hoot hoot! Fucking amazing! Electrike! I'm gonna get you, because you seem like you would be very useful to me. You reached Starmie and still died. Starmie is, even in a normal game, man, Starmie is a bitch to deal with. Let's see, electric. This is gonna be a real weird name, but I'm gonna call you Electric Pooch because Electric is just an electric type Poochiana. I refuse to believe anything else. It's just a Poochiana which has like wire sticking out of its butt or something. Wait. Nobody here sells me. Do you sell me? You don't sell me Magikarp and you sell me Magikarp. But do I want that? I don't think I want that. I might not want that. Could have caught him Bull Fun. I wouldn't do my boy dirty like that. Okay, real talk. Do we want a Zubat for the next gym? I'm gonna say we don't. There's probably like more interesting encounters here anyway. Geodude, yeah, definitely not for the water type gym. I'm not gonna bother. Clefairy. It'd be tempting. It'd be tempting. You definitely are not tempting. You still are tempting. There has to be. So, I'm not entirely sure how the rules work at this point. Oh, I need this. I know I'm gonna lose it, but I need this. I'm not entirely sure how the rules work, but I think if I catch a Pokemon, even if it's not on my team, I have to box it after getting the badge, right? So, if I catch a Zubat now, I'm not used against Misty, it'll just be a wasted Pokemon. That's how I understand the rules, at any rate. Don't kill it, thank you. Oh, talking about 2 Zanarkand. This is 2 Zanarkand, right? This is the truth reveals. It's a variation on 2 Zanarkand, okay? Yeah, so let's call him Bacon, because bacon. As you said yourself. Yep, everything called now, even if you do not use it, will be boxed. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to get a Zubat in that case, because... Can you walk back here? Have they fixed that in this ROM? Well, it wasn't like a glitch or anything, but... Have they fixed the fact that you can't go back into Mount Moon? Or anything before that, when you exit, because... That annoys the crap out of me, and I don't understand why they would do that. Lunatone, also not bad to keep in mind that Lunatone is in here. Anti-Mako, all the psychic types. It's going to be real useful for Koga. Yeah, that's going to be less than brilliant. I should be able to take out the Gulpin. I am. Okay, level 14. Maximus Dunsparce, you have some bulky Pokemon. And you have an item. A Dragon Scale, that makes sense. Nothing I can say, that just makes sense. You cannot go back to Mount Moon. Will somebody please just make a ROM hack of Fire Red and Leaf Green? Just do Fire Red, I don't care about Leaf Green. Where the only difference is that the barriers at Cerulean City going back into Mount Moon have been removed. That's the only thing I need. Especially for a challenge like this. They did make an opening to go back, but they did not fix the hitbox. That is horrible. They only changed the sprites and not the actual hitboxes. That is... Honestly, the fact that, like, in engine it's possible that those two are not linked to begin with is kind of sad. Because that seemed like you'd just be like doing a lot of extra work. The entire world is tile based anyway, so why not? Like I imagine they have a world editor they use to make the world. So if you have to separately like put in sprites, and you can't you just say, this might sound ignorant from a programming perspective, okay? But I'd assume you can just like, it's easier, especially in a long and big project like this, it's just easier to put in some like work to say, hey, if this sprite is used, this tile has this hit detection, rather than having to separately do that for the entire game and the entire world. Unless, of course, you don't want it to be consistently the same. But even then, I have to imagine like just making an exception for like the 1 or 2 places you might want things to behave slightly differently is still easier than doing double work for the entire thing. And now we have, well, firstly, I want to get rid of Leah, but this works well. We have a Grova. They did make, there we go, there is a simple world editor for it, and yes, you can change the hitbox. Fury Cutter. Well, I guess we're getting rid of Lear after all. I mean, I know you can change the hitbox. I've used 3rd gen hacking tools before. I'm just really like amazed by the fact. Well, maybe the developers. I can see how maybe the developers tool does have that, but the hack tool doesn't. But still, I probably assume that you want to just have that in programmed in the game, so that there's like even less chance of things fucking up and like collision detection not going very well. Then again, I mean, it's not like Game Freak is known for having very efficient programming. Other than, I guess, in the first game, where they pulled a lot of shit out of, like, a Game Boy, which is still very impressive. But they also made, like, one of the most broken games of all time. Like, Gen 1 Pokemon is about as broken as Sonic 06. I'm just like soloing. This is just becoming a interchangeable solo run at this point because, not really. I have some powerful backup Pokemon, but most of my Pokemon aren't really that powerful. Then we go into Electrike. I've got a Bacon, which has Bite, I guess. Coughing. Could use one of those Psychic types right about now. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do Misty today, because I am like feeling very much overheated. Helix Fossil, I don't really care which one. I probably should have gone for the Dome Fossil, but Helix Fossil is good for the memes. So let's see, right? You said... Oh no, they actually made it worse. You can't even jump down this anymore. Yeah, that is absolutely horrible. That is that is, how do you change something like that and not test it? While also, hold on a minute. Does it allow you to go into Cerulean Cave? No, okay, it doesn't. Never mind. I was going to say, does it just allow you to go into Cerulean Cave? I don't want to do any like big battles. I'm like literally like dying in here. I'm overheating. So maybe an hour and a half is going to do it for today. I think we made it quite far enough. Maybe I'll do another like a 1 hour stream throughout the week. And then next Saturday also a little bit of a shorter stream, because like my room just heats up real quick when my PC is running. and I am in here, and I have my window closed and all that kind of stuff. So, you're also leaving. Well, that's a sign for the universe then, isn't it? The universe is telling me, Vlogger, get the fuck out of your room, because you are literally melting away. Alright, had hopes that my internet will be able to handle the stream at least at 144p. You are joining at the moment where I am about to die anyway. So, we've been playing for 7 hours. An hour and a half. I'll try to throw in a stream on like Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, to make up for a little bit of a short stream today. And then also next weekend's probably also going to be a little bit shorter, because I need air conditioning in this room, or at least like a fan, which is not very good for the sound quality, I know, but this is just like, I can't stream or record for extended periods of time like this. It's actually just like not fun. Just existing in a hot room is one thing, but like being active and thinking and talking and stuff like that. I might not physically be very active doing this, but like mentally, you're burning a lot of calories when you're doing like Let's Plays and live streaming. I've said this before, but ask any streamer or Let's Player, but mostly streamers, after they're done streaming, like 99 out of 100 will say that they're hungry afterwards. Because you're burning a lot of calories. Add to that, like, actual hell temperatures, yeah. I'm stalling for time, I know. I'm gonna end the stream now. Bye.